think what we've tried to do is really ground the entire proposition in how people live their lives today. So this is where, there's a real overlap between work and play and wellness and belonging and the need for rest. And we've designed spaces that I think speak to all of those needs and invite our members to come and use those spaces how they want to use them. It's as much about exclusivity as it is about belonging. So I think we've started to kind of break away some of that sort of the traditional notion of a private members club with more things that bring people together, like a program of events that is really thoughtful, that is creative, that's intentional, as opposed to it just being about walking through some doors. I think we've also worked really hard on the design. I think the spaces are beautiful, but they are also telling stories, and they're telling stories about our history and our brand and our heritage. We're not trying to throw away who we were, we're trying to bring it forward and make it relevant to that next audience. And it's also about taking the membership with us. A lot of our members have been around for a really long time. They've contributed to who we are today. And it's very much about balancing that demographic into a truly multi-generational community. I think the foundations of the traditional members club, which are rooted in bringing people together that share values, that is something that isn't going to change. But the expression and how that happens does need to evolve as lifestyle evolves. So it's not just about being able to walk through some doors, it's about what happens when you're through those doors. How are you connecting me with other members? How are you fulfilling everything that I want to do in my life? And how is the service philosophy there to really empower me in what I'm trying to do whilst I'm in the space? I think the other thing is we are so much more global now than we ever have been before. So even if you have one property and it's beautiful and it's wonderful, if it's not giving you access to other things, then that can be a challenge. Our kind of reciprocal network of members clubs around the world, of which we have over 100, really helps our members to experience the best of the Sloane Club wherever they are in the world. And I think that's really helpful. And the last thing I would say is that, the members of today are conscious about wellness, and they're conscious about sustainability, and they're conscious about their personal values. And if a club brand isn't seen to evolve to meet those different needs, then it's going to become less relevant by its very nature. So I think, as we have tried to do with a very heritage brand. I mean, we were started in the 1920s, and we're here today in 2025, and we are taking our membership on this journey and hopefully trying to respond to those changing needs of our members today. I actually think when we're running businesses in hospitality, we're not doing anything that's that much different to running a private members club, because we're creating a community just within our team. So we've got to have those cultural values that are shared and aligned within our team. I started my career at Queensway, which is a kind of real estate and hospitality business, by leading the cultural aspects of the whole group and having consistent values and cultural touch points across all of our businesses. And that, for me, really gave me this life lesson around people, and people are absolutely everything. You can create the most beautiful spaces, you can invest lots of money into refurbishing a property, as we have, but if you don't fill that space with the right people, and for us that's both team and members, but very much starts with the team, then those spaces won't come to life the way that you want them to. As a female leader in hospitality, of which there aren't maybe as many, and as a women's club, the Sloane Club started as a club for women in the armed forces back in 1922. Our membership today leans more heavily towards women than men. I wanted the brand to really speak to that origin, and for me that meant surrounding myself by other strong female leaders. And so I recruited, by chance actually, but serendipitously, my general manager, Anna, who has the most incredible background from Ferndale to Andre Balash Properties, Claire, my brand and marketing director, who has led some of the biggest kind of music festivals, and more recently Birch Community. They're sort of big pillars within our leadership team. And then we went more broadly to really find the leaders within the industry. I've never run a private members club before, so my philosophy has always been to surround myself by people who are smarter than me and just try to ask good questions, and give them a space where they can flourish and be their best selves. And by, very thankfully, and I'm incredibly privileged to call these people part of my team, but we've hired Robert from the Arts Club, we've hired Alex from Burley Clubs, we've hired George from the Mandrake, our exec chef, and we've brought together this incredible kind of community of people, and we truly feel like family. I would call all of them my friends. And so I hope we're creating somewhere that's very special to work, and also a project that is quite unique, that will hopefully take each of their careers to new heights.